again, the essence of Buddhist teaching is interdependence, right? We all know that all phenomena and everything come from cause, and that everything is created based on dependent arising. They arise only from their own causes and conditions. And in order to understand this, the interdependence arising requires some understanding of cause and conditions. Because everything is created based on cause and conditions. So it is through the coming together of many causes and conditions, and then these outer and inner phenomena and world arising. And also through the sort of meeting of the cause and conditions, that also the inner different pleasant and unpleasant, these feelings, everything will arise because of cause and conditions. So all of this arise in dependence upon cause and conditions, according to Buddhism. they are not without cause. This appearance, outer, inner, everything is not without cause. They are not permanent. They are not arise from single cause and condition. They are not arising from sort of a creator and so on. They arise from meeting of many causes and conditions. That is we call interdependent origination. So everything arising depends on cause and conditions. That is, very important to understand for meditate on emptiness, or actually we are everything arise depends on their cause and conditions. So this is Buddha's essence of Buddha's teaching. Therefore, I think it is kind of special teaching. Buddha said that all these things, these phenomena arise in interdependence because they're dependently sort of related each other. External, this object, and internal, our, what do you call it, the five aggregates form all of this, are all sort of based on their cause and conditions, also relatively existent, and they appears. So this means that all these phenomena that arise have depends upon other phenomena, and therefore there is no true existence of their own, because we depend on each other. Because, for example, with the reflection of the moon on water, think about this. There is no real moon in the water, but due to the interdependence of the moon in the sky and the water on the ground, so then there is a reflection of the moon appears in the water because of the cause and conditions. But this reflection of moon is not real, not really exist. It's uh, its reflection because of the cause and conditions. If we attach to this moon in the water, oh, this is real moon, and then we sort of perceive that way, then we think this is true, this is exist, right? And then there is a way to develop our attachment, anger, jealousy, all of that. And for example, another this thing. If for example, if you have a two piece of paper, one is very small, the other one is big, and you believe that there are two different sizes, small and big, right? You have two different sizes. One is small, one is big piece of paper. But if you put another larger piece of paper next to them, then what happened? Then this you believe that this big piece of paper and small changed. You put the larger piece of next to them, then the big piece of paper becomes medium size, right? Medium size piece. It's easy. So what shows this? Do you understand what I'm saying? Because they depend on each other. This shows that in itself, it is not big piece of paper exist, or a small piece of paper exist. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm trying to say is the large, small, big, this beautiful, ugly, all of this are creation of our mind, the cause and conditions, and do not actual existence. Everything is like that, If you think, oh, big is exist or small is exist, then doesn't matter. You put there other different size. This big is exist, so always big. But it will change. Oh, this is not big. It's a small. It's a medium. Like that. So it's everything is kind of we create. We sort of means like it really doesn't exist itself. It's something depends on. So that's very important. Same thing like a person, maybe I think it's beautiful, and maybe some person thinks ugly. If beautiful or ugly exist, then always beautiful, no matter who see this. But just our perception, the big and ugly and these are not exist itself, just how we relate it, to this object. So it's a if you understand this, then you will see the mind. Actually, our mind is the source of all happiness and sufferance, the source of compassion or love. Whatever arises comes from the mind, and then we believe it, even though it doesn't exist, but we believe it, and then it will work, because then there is attachment, there is a jealous, anger, all of that because of that. So, all this good karma, bad karma, everything is accumulated on the mind. For example, when you do any action of body, speech, and mind, and the mind sort of connected with it has any of the afflictions, a karmic seed is planted into the mind. That karmic seed is cause, which has the sort of potential to produce on effect on later. That's why Buddha, the Buddhist teaching and practice meditations very, very, very much focus on the mind. you know. Always they investigate what is mind, how it works, you know, how do we develop a good mind. Because if we understand uh, this mind, our mind, then we will naturally sort of, you know, stop, prevent from harm. And we opposite, we will naturally sort of cultivate virtues, right? Because when we look at who really harm, who really help, we will understand that is the mind. Your mind is the root of all. Body, speech, we have three doors, this body, speech, and mind. But body, speech is not really so powerful. If your mind powerful, then of course your body, speech also follow that. But the main thing is the mind is the root of all. Your body and speech is kind of subservient to the mind. You know, mind does everything. So that's why, you know, Buddhism talking about doesn't matter. You meditate, you study, you learn, and everything. They talk about the mind because the mind is the 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 root of all. So we create the cause by our actions, you know, and then we experience their results. For example, if action done with affliction creates a seed in the mind, and that seed will sort of later ripen into a result. So therefore, um, everything that we experience is the result of past our action. Action means there are many: verbal action, physical action, mental action, so many, right? But the our action is actually um, the result of past our action. So that's why Buddha said that we are responsible for our own experience and our karma, and we have to really be careful with our actions. So if if we correctly sort of understand the view of dependent origination, it helps um, it helps us understand the emptiness of all phenomena. Um, it gives rise to special understand that the karmic cause and effect. That's why, you know, if you understand about the karma and cause, then you will understand interdependent arising. And if you understand that all phenomena are dependent and changeable and do not truly exist by themselves, so that we can destroy our all these wrong views and develop our wisdom. So this is the essence of teaching interdependent origin. Tawa tenjang derjong. Tawa is view. Tawa and view. Tenjang derjong means interdependent origination. That is the view. We have view, gom tar gom chut. Gom is meditation. Chut means conduct. So view, meditation, conduct. These three, everything about Buddhism include these three: view, meditate, and conduct. What is view? View is Buddhist view is this interdependent origination. That's why this is the essence of Buddha's teaching. No other religions talking about these things. Everything depends on cause and conditions, and everything depends arising. Nothing exists themselves. You're here because of me. I'm here because of you. Everything depends each other like that. If you understand this, then you can diminish, you can change your wrong views. As long as we live sort of in this world, this samsara, with sort of no recognition, then what happened? We are believing in unreal things, right? It's like, for example, the moon is in the water. We see the moon reflect there. It's like this is real moon. Something like that. If we have no recognition of the nature of everything, then whatever we do, we say, we are believing in unreal things, because we are developing many these philosophical views and realizations based on unreal. Everything that's why I think that's why we get these wrong views, because we believe in unreal things. Buddha said this is double dream, like moon on the water. I just told you. See, we believe, this is real moon. But Buddha's point of view, someone like enlightened beings' point of view, you think this is you think this is a real moon, but it's not. It's a reflection. Something like that. Buddha's point of view, everything this is like dream. We think it's not dream. What are you talking about? This is not dream, right? We totally believe this exists. But if you think about the dependent origination, cause and conditions, everything depends each other. Then it appears, right? Because of cause and conditions. That doesn't mean it exists itself permanently. So that's there is very scholarly. There's a teacher in Tibet. It's very, very wise person, and he said, whatever you do, whatever we see, everything we are believing unreal things. We think this is real. I think it's really, really true. I mean, he said, what can we do with this dualistic mind? Because we believe real. It's a real. That is how we perceive things. Whatever we perceive with this dualistic mind is unreal. So that is the conclude. So we must be understand, or must be aware that the way things appear to worldly beings is very mistaken, and it's not true. It's not true. So, but if we think that this experience, this world as we see it now, will stir no change and appear the same way when we attain liberation. No, I don't think so. If we think, then same. When we get liberate, enlightened, still use exactly same, the appearance, that same way? No. For example, the grass may be very tasty to consciousness as long as that consciousness remains in the body of cows. Yeah. Right? But when this consciousness emerges from the cow, then this taste for the grass, it also changed and lost. We don't think the grass is tasty because we are not cow, and yeah. At the state of the Buddha, the appearance of all this good and bad and all these phenomena disappear completely, disappear. But their ultimate nature will manifest when you become sort of enlightened. So therefore, as long as we remain in samsara, this world, with sort of samsaric mind, which is a dualistic mind, that does not approach an understanding of the true nature of phenomena, we remain completely unreal, and everything we experience is just superficial, and we have sort of double dream. What else we can do? Nothing, because of our mind, because of the mind incorrect way of perceiving. Whatever is experienced and the state of samsaric mind, the dualistic mind, is always unreal and always just superficial, So that's, so what now? The point is, for example, when we see that someone has something beautiful, for example, we immediately sort of develop our attachment to it, right? Also, at the same time, we get jealous because we think this is truly exist. For example, a person or a teacher who become very famous, for example, then there is a good and bad. It's good because then you have a chance to help others, more, maybe you have more capacity to help others if you become famous. But it's also bad becoming famous because then you will develop your attachment. That's happened, many people who become very famous and then they very easily to sort of whatever they want to make money. It's very easy. Then they attach. They develop their attachment. Pride is so bad. When you become famous, you're very pride yourself, and then you develop your attachment, right? At the same time, jealous, pride, because now you become very famous, and then you have a connect with other people who are very famous, other people who are very wealthy. You connect only them. You are sort of disconnected with regular people, poor people, infamy people, and you kind of ignore them because you are now totally different world, You you see these people different. And then you have a problem there. You have, you develop attachment, you develop jealousy, or develop pride, all of that. If you can't handle, So attachment develops towards the pleasant, right? And aversion towards unpleasant object, with ignorance as the best of both. So we have attachment, aversion, ignorance. These three are the problems. These three are the root of the suffering. With strong selfish, the self-grasping, ignorance, we say, negativity, right? Negativity is committed. Baptist Rinpoche said that. With no self-grasping at all, no negativity is committed. Then when we act with nothing but kindness, compassion, and bodhicitta, that's why I remember the selfish mind is bad, because then the negativity, we connected with negativities, selfish mind. With no selfish mind, nothing. We kindness, compassion, bodhicitta, all of that. Because the great Indian master, the Shantadewa, has said that all this suffering that we see in this world arise because we are self-centered. Because why? We wish only for our own personal happiness, right? And however, in reality, this happiness does not arise from being self-centered. Happiness arises from taking care of others. Because we can see the Buddha. Buddha took care of others and he got enlightened. We are not, because we are always focused on ourselves. We ignore others, harm others, so that's the cause of suffering. That's the cause of we focus on unpleasant object. We develop the aversion, hatred. So that's why if we want eliminate the self-grasping, selfish, we must understand this one, the dependent origination. If we understand this, then we can understand emptiness, right? The emptiness. That's why the emptiness. That is how we destroy the self-grasping. If we understand emptiness and meditate on that, then we're fine. Then this self-grasping we can destroy, and instead we can develop the wisdom, bodhicitta. So that's why interdependent origination is the main teaching of Buddha. Do you understand? It makes sense? Everything appears. Nothing but causes and conditions. Nothing else. No one cause, no one condition can appear something. No. Many causes, many conditions come together. Then everything is possible. appears. Everything is possible. It's possible you can fly in the sky without wings. Possible if you have a cause and conditions. Why not? It's possible you can go through this wall one day if you have a cause and conditions. Everything is said possible because of emptiness, because of cause and conditions, because of interdependent origination. Do you understand? Yeah, everything is, we are depends on each other. And that's why we have to take care of each other. That's the Buddha's point. If you don't help me, I will not exist. There's nothing exists itself. Everything depends on each other. So that's why we have to take care of each other. We have that responsibility. You know? And this is very in general actually about talking this interdependent origination. This is very detailed. If you study Buddhist philosophy, there's Pranjana Paramita, very detailed, wonderful teachings. But you can understand, this is very easy way to understand if we put these teachings on cause and conditions. It's true. Without cause and condition, nothing happens. Something is permanent, nothing can happen. This is our life. Cause and condition depends on impermanence. This is our life. All this comes together, then everything is happening. Happiness happen, possible. Suffering is possible. Become a Buddha is possible. We have all Buddha nature, right? We have to. That's I think also good things. There's potential, Everybody chance to become a Buddha. That's different than other religions. Some religions, they just believe one God, that's all, right? I mean, that's I don't know. That's maybe they're good for them, definitely. But Buddhism, not like that. If you have only one Buddha, for example, we say, okay, we have only one Buddha. That means then why should I meditate? I have no potential to become a awakened mind, to become a sort of enlightened. I don't have this nature. I don't have this seed or become a Buddha. That doesn't make sense, If we say, we have only one Buddha, that's all. You have to believe that. Then I'm not interested to practice because I have no Buddha nature. But, we believe that Buddha said that everybody has a Buddha nature. That is the potential. That is the chance. And everybody has this Buddha nature, and that Buddha nature the recognition, right? The recognition of this Buddha nature, it depends on your cause and conditions. Do you understand? It's really important, though.
How do you recognize a Buddha nature in somebody else? Do you have to have that yourself before you?
No, somebody else? No. Buddha said that you are your teacher. You have to take care of your Buddha nature. Try to, diminish and purify your negative karma. And then if you purify your negative karma, it will manifest Buddha nature.
What's the best way to do that?
Meditate. It's there are many ways. There are many ways to manifest our Buddha nature. That's why Buddha said, I think this is very important teaching. You have to know that we have every single human beings have this Buddha nature, and it depends you. If you want to recognize or manifest that Buddha nature, it depends you. Buddha said, I can't help you. I can teach you how to recognize that Buddha nature, and then you follow that teaching and meditate, and then you will. If you don't meditate, don't follow, then you missed your chance. I can't teach you. you know.
So the wisdom that recognizes emptiness, is that sometimes called co-emergent wisdom?
Recognition of what?
The wisdom that recognizes emptiness?
The wisdom of recognize of emptiness.
The wisdom that recognizes emptiness. So when you, that emptiness and that wisdom are not separate from each other. So is that called co-emergent wisdom?
Mm-hmm. Yep. So I'm happy, because I have the seed of the Buddha nature. It's working, when you meditate. When you meditate, you get these qualities: the compassion, the bodhicitta, the ultimate understanding of the reality. All of that, the part of the Buddha nature, the quality, right? Your wisdom. And so that's why it doesn't, Buddha nature manifest without meditation, without meditate, So there are lots of, you need to, lots of cause and conditions in order to recognize Buddha nature, right? You need you need good foundation, you need a good teacher, you need good teachings, you need instructions, you need time to meditate. So many cause and conditions, It's interesting.
Buddha nature itself is not dependent on causes and conditions.
Buddha nature is beyond cause and condition, but in order to manifest the Buddha nature, it depends on cause and condition. Understand? Buddha nature itself, remember, I can't express by words Buddha nature. It's not compounded and describable. It's liberation.
When you say it manifests, it becomes
Recognize.
part of the illusion. This is all illusion, right? We're not really separate selves in here, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's no self in us. And so, what is love then? Is love my Buddha nature basically just...
What is love? When you manifest Buddha nature, you have a great love, not just love.
Meaning
Just love. Just love is just love. Great love is you take care of everybody.
So is compassion compounded or not compounded?
It depends. The great compassion is not compounded. Relative ultimate, exactly. There is a relative compassion, there is an ultimate compassion. Understand? Relative compassion is a little bit mixed with attachment.
So to get back to what Cindy was talking about, so in some ways, when she asked you, is Buddha nature, in some ways the Dharmakaya they talk about as being uncompounded, but at the same time Buddha's recognition Rupa-kaya, the two form bodies, those are connected with relative reality because they have the ability to appear and manifest. Is that
Our point of
from
view,
our point of view?
yes, not their point of view.
So even from the point of view of the Buddhas, the Rupa-kayas, the Sambhogakaya and the Nirmanakaya, those are still uncompounded and beyond. I guess I'm just trying to understand, because I always thought that the two form
Yeah,
bodies
you have to think about why they manifest form of Sambhogakaya or Nirmanakaya. Why?
to benefit others.
Benefit others because of us.
Right.
And their point of view always Dharmakaya.
But Buddhas only manifest because of sentient beings. They themselves have no need to manifest at all. But their Buddhas actually also relate.
Buddha is to become a Buddha. The point of become a Buddha is for the benefit of others. Sentient beings, the samsara, the living beings is endless.
This brings up a subject of animal eating and vegetable eating. And even if we're vegetarians, all the animals, the beings that grow around plants, in the earth, etc., get killed because we want to eat those vegetables.
Yep.
So we need to pray for, every time we eat, we need to pray for all those beings that we've killed inadvertently because we're eating. And I was talking about this to Andy, and he said, well, what are you going to do, stop eating? And I'm like, no.
Exactly. What can we do? That's why we said we have to escape the samsara. As long as we are in samsara, we are related to negative karmas.
Okay, and all these seeds that we're planting in our,
So that's why every day important to purify this negative karma that we're doing.
and purifying, is there other ways besides meditation? Can we pray? Can we do?
Yeah, those are the types of meditation. You pray, you practice, you meditate. Everything is, Vajrasattva, whatever you like. You meditate on nature mind is purification. You meditate on compassion is everything. Everything. So it's important. That's why we are suffering. Why? Because we really accumulate with this negative karmas every single day, and people have no. Buddha said one thing is maybe I don't agree with him. One thing he said that everybody has a sort of seed of compassion. I mean fundamental compassion, but I think some human people doesn't have compassion at all. Huh?
It's part of how we also purify by being, I mean, like there's on the cushion and off the cushion, and part of off the cushion is being kind to people and just little ways, big ways, smiling at someone, just that kindness helps clear it too, right? And then I was thinking, even though we're in samsara, we still work on our samsaric mind. It doesn't mean we can't not work on it. It's just we're in samsara, but we're working to clear that mind of samsaric mind.
Right. Until we become a Buddha.
And so Buddha helps us see the seed of that in us, that nature. Our job is to do the work to open the flower.
Right. Exactly. That's why he said, "I show you the path, give you the instructions, but it depends you. If you don't practice, nothing really happens. What else you have the hesitation about this interdependent origination? You think this makes sense? I think lots of makes sense. This is the essence of his teaching. You know, if you, the main point is if you take care of each other, which is we depends on each other, then the result of this happiness, because we are taking care of each other. If you don't take care of each other, means harm others. Then the result is suffering, because that's nobody create that though. Nobody create us sort of, oh, this person really good, I will give you happiness. This person so bad, I will make him suffer. Nobody can do that. We can, because of the cause and conditions.
It came up on our Facebook discussion group yesterday about the kalpas, the hell realms, and whether or not they're mind created or whether they're real places. And so
There's nothing real places. It's everything. It's experience of our mind.
experience of our mind.
I think there is nothing real place. I mean, which means like exist.
It came up in a way of, like when you read Dojun Rinpoche's Torch Lighting the Way to Freedom, he tells you what you need to do as a student. And if you don't do this, you're going to be in the fiery hell of this and that. And so the person on Facebook felt confused about it because it feels like it's punishment, but
Yes, it's punished by your bad karma. You know, I mean, yeah, it's not punished, but you know, it's really the karma doesn't. I mean, good karma, bad karma. The karma is inevitable. You know, eventually will happen. You can't escape your karma.
so
So
that part of the experience is around, that has to do with interdependent origination as well.
everything is. There's nothing without this dependent arising. Everything is worldly, spiritually, according to Buddhism. So that's why. All right. So, any questions?
The mind is not independent.
Yes, mind is. Especially mind is dependent or arising.
And it's my mind, solely my mind, or is it everybody's mind and I'm part of it?
You mean the universe mind? Huh? We have individual mind, right? And then we have a universe mind, which is Buddha nature. Right?
And Buddha nature is dependently arisen.
Buddha nature is, I told you, it's beyond the concept, beyond the extremes. You can't ask me why. Then I will say the inherent this, what do you call it? Intrinsic nature. That is what it is. But our individual mind is depend arising. Our consciousness, our mind also, they are dependent each other. You want practice few minutes? So in this meditation, same, I think we should focus on sort of, alternate between looking at the mind and then relax on it. That's very easy way to meditate, and it's also very profound meditation. Uh, and if your mind sort of unfocused, then it is very helpful. Practice the breath, breathe out and then relax, then for a while, maybe 1 second, and then breathe in, relax in 1 second, then breathe out like that, You just, when you relax, breathe in, and then you relax, that means you have to feel inside. That's how I sort of describe. You have to feel inside. You just relax, and then you sort of feel or recognize that peacefulness, and then breathe out. So that helps sort of, settle your mind, focus it, So you don't have to focus on breath, breathe in and out during whole your meditation, but just maybe like, breathe in and out very gently a few times, And then when your mind is just calm and established, then right away you should let go everything, experience around, outside, inside, whatever. All this experience, just to let it go, and then enter more deeply, and just experience this, recognize the self-awareness. And in order to recognize self-awareness, you have to look deeply, into your nature, and then relax on that as much as you can. So it's so important just to remain in the present moment, and your thoughts arise, and don't sort of, judge them. So just to, just to let it go, and then bring your mind back and enter more deeply, than experience of this self-awareness, and relax on that as much as you can. So you have to do this so many times over again and again. So that's why sometimes it's very nice if your mind unfocused and difficult to control, then just breathe in, relax, breathe out, relax. You have to do this like hundreds of thousands times, And then if you focus on your breath, other thoughts already stopped. There's no thoughts. That's happened. We all have, when we meditate, sometimes we really focus, and sort of we are deeply and enter into self-awareness. We don't really, there is no feeling of body or anything. Everything is kind of disappeared. That's just the experience, though. You don't have get panic. Oh, everything, I lost everything. That's not just your experience. Don't touch it. Don't touch to it, right? Just to let it go and just to relax. And that's why I think these meditators just it's happened, when they put in prison or jail and lock the door, and sometimes they're outside. They just, they have no feeling this exists. So anyway, just to relax, breathe in and out if your mind unfocused, okay? Other than that, just, you have to, we call it focus on your recognition of nature of mind, Buddha nature, or self-awareness. Do that few minutes, please.